Little update video on the Old Man Emu lift kit for 5th gen Toyota pickups. Started doing the torsion bars. I got both bars in right now, just need to bolt one in. When I was doing the research on how to best approach this situation here, I noticed that a lot of people had trouble with the driver's side bar, which I can understand. The driver's side bar does not give you nearly as much room as the passenger side when it comes to the torque arm here. It is really tight in there. That's what she said. Anyways, a lot of people recommend cutting the bar in half. I don't want to do that. And other people say that you have to remove the anchor arm from the control arm. I didn't have to do that. I'm going to show you guys how I did it and give you some tips. Here's the first tip when it comes to the torsion bars. Before you even remove the factory ones, make sure that you can put this mark anywhere. Just make sure you can see it. The camera's not focusing. Mark a line on the anchor arm and then mark a line in the same area on the torsion bar. What that allows you to do is you can transfer that line to the new bars by, this is the master spline right here. It's going to be marked somewhere on the bar. You want to count how many splines you are away from the mark that you initially drew on the bar. So that line right here corresponds with the line on my anchor arm right there. So you're going to transfer this line to your new bars. I already have them in. As you can see, I transferred the line. It's really faded there, but you see that? Want to make sure you do that. Makes lining up the splines a lot easier. Now, moving on to another tip. Come to the back here near the torque arm. When you're removing them, this applies to both sides. When you're removing them, this little tab right here, the other one's right there. Bend that fucker to the center line of the truck. It gives you so much more room to work with. Trust me, just bend it to the center line. It'll make things so much easier. Now, here's another tip. My passenger side torsion bar came out very easily. It was not stuck in there. However, my driver's side, the front of it, was seized into the anchor arm. Now, the way that I approached on getting that thing out, it was really tight. I took a clamp, and I clamped it slightly in front of this on the torsion bar. And then I took a crowbar, I propped it up against the cross member here, and I used leverage to pry the bar out. You know, I was prying on the clamp with the crowbar right here. That managed to get that fucker out easily, because it was seized in there. I couldn't get it out by tapping it with a hammer. I couldn't get it out by fucking, you know, just gorilla grip strength. I could not get that fucking thing out. So if you have a seized torsion bar, grab yourself a clamp, tighten it up onto the bar, right in front of this cross member, take a crowbar, use leverage, pry it back. Here's the other tip. When you're putting your torsion bars back in, make sure your torque arm is already installed. Your torque arm is this little fucking thing right here. Make sure that's already installed onto the bar. It makes life so much easier. If you put the bar in first and then you try to slide this into the bar, you're just gonna have a real hard fucking time. There's no room to work with in there. And you gotta match up the splines on this side as well. Just install it before you slide the bar in. Install it to the bar. And yeah, those are little tips that I have. Hopefully someone finds this useful. And see you guys around.